Hi, this video is about a very simple feature that's available in apps like a poll, where you want that each person who responds can create only one instance, of course, and also that the poll results can be seen only after they have actually created a response. So if you want that feature in your app, it could be a poll, it could be any kind of an app. There's also an app called Survey, which is a poll with multiple questions. A poll here just has one question. So one, so I have opened the poll app created by the admin, and I can take the poll. And until I take the poll, I really can't see the statistics. So we can check that by going to the poll item, and here you see that there's no statistics section here. There'll be a statistics section here if I can see statistics, but right now I can't because I have not yet taken the poll myself. But if I take the poll, then I'll be able to see the statistics section, and we'll see what the statistics does in this kind of a scenario. So broadly, the statistics section gives you a lot of interesting information. So for example, if you have an auto-graded quiz that we saw in one of the earlier videos, then it'll show you a lot of information about how many people got which answer and so on, and also like an overall view of the total grade, the maximum grade, the minimum grade, and the total what is the maximum score for that test, and who scored the maximum, who scored the minimum, and so on. So that's one kind of information. But whenever you have a choice field, you have the ability to also see how many people picked each choice. So a poll happens to be a very simple kind of an app with one field, which is a choice field, which is the actual poll question. It could have a couple of header fields before that. But in general, if you look at it, the poll is just this one question, which is a choice field, and you have a bunch of choices, and people pick one of them. And then you want to see how many people picked each of those choices. So let's actually try to add a poll to this app first as the first part of the experience. And so we have these different choices that people can pick from. So the question is, what do you think about meon? And it's a required field, which means you have to pick one of the choices. And you know how to create this by now. We've done that in earlier videos. But you just have to pick one of these, and so let's say I think it's a killer app for the web, and I could add some additional details if I wanted, and then I can publish it. So once I publish it, I can go back to the poll item, because the poll item is where you see sort of the aggregate information across all of the poll instances. And now because I published it, I'm able to see the statistics because of that setting which I mentioned before. So I'll show you how to set the settings, but before that, let's look at the statistics. The statistics says, hey, there's one choice field here called what do you think about meon, and it's a killer app for the web. There's one person who has chosen that. So if you click on this, you'll actually go to a list of, so if there were like 10 people who had said taken this choice, and 5 who had done this, and 3 and 2 or whatever, 7 here, then you could click on each of the ones which have any results, and it will take you to a page with exactly those results. So the polls which picked that, and you could look at their feedback. So if you want to look at the negative feedback and say why you think uh, you know how you can improve on things, then maybe you can click on that and see what feedback people have given, if they've given any feedback. So that's what the statistics page does for the choice field. The statistics page, since we are here, we can also say that if there's any kind of number fields there, then it's going to give you like the maximum value, the minimum value. If you use auto grading, it's going to do the same thing for the grade as well, and things like that. So a lot of interesting information that you can find by looking at the statistics for apps which have choice fields, have number fields, and have grading in them. All right, so now what setting really made this happen? So let's look at the settings for the poll item, and you'll notice that the stat reader setting. So you have, of course, who can create the instances. Any member can take the poll. Uh, Whoever took the poll can see their own response, and they can edit their own. They can't delete their poll once they submit it. Only the app owner can do that. That's why this is the instance deleters is blank. And then there's the stat readers, and the stat readers tells you that it's got this unique option called responder, which if you pick that, it basically says anyone who's responded to the poll can see the statistics. All right, so that's it about the poll app. You can now try creating your own polls. You can clone this app. So if you go to the poll app, you'll notice that it's clonable. You can clone it and then modify the question, modify the choices, and then you can create your own poll. So creating a poll is also really, really easy, and you'll get all the goodness of statistics and everything that we just talked about. All right, that's it for this video. Thank you.